Okay, so now look at this now. It's getting very close. Now the whole idea is.
Okay, so there's a rich brownness in some of those.
Okay, so now we take all of this.
Okay.
And we throw it in, and we whiz it around. So now you can hear that popping.
Yeah.
That's the spices now popping. You want to toast the spices very quickly, not for too long. Now, we take our measuring cup that we used originally. Excuse me. And we're going to get cold water. And I'm going to put in pretty much the same volume of rice that sorry. That's my favorite sound.
And you're putting in cold water. Sometimes I've heard people putting in boiling water.
Some people put in boiling water, but I like to put in cold water because you want to give it a bit of time to just boil, and you want to keep an eye on that. Now, look at that.
Okay.
Now even the water's getting a nice golden color.
Now, have you had this on high all the time?
All the time, yeah. Pretty much high all the time. Can you smell that? Smells good, right? Also at this point, we want to add some salt.
Okay.
Not a huge amount. I normally put in about a teaspoonful, depending on how much rice you're cooking. I'm going to put in like a couple of, and a little bit. Just regular salt is fine.
Mom, remember?
And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find the lid. And now we're going to let that boil.
Okay.
Once that's boiling, that's when we transfer the rice in there.
Okay.
Now the rice is getting pretty close. Now if we come back here, you'll notice it's even whiter. Now let's take a look at this. Look at that, it's all uniform now.
Yeah.
Compared to what it was before. And notice you can stick your hand in there now, the water's quite cool compared to what it was.
Yep.
So what I'm going to do is now, while that's doing, because that's going to go pretty quickly, I'm going to use cold water. And I'll rinse this out.
It says I'm running out of something.
What's that?
I'm running out of something here.
Oh.
Maybe.
So just one quick rinse is all you need.
I don't know if it's battery or hard disk. One rinse. You drain it.
Drain it as much as possible without losing any grains if you can. Look at that.
Okay.
Look how brilliant white that rice
Yeah.
is compared to what we started with.
Okay. You weren't obsessive. I mean, you let a little bit in the bottom.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to obsess about it, but
That's an important message for me.
yeah.
Otherwise, I'd obsess about it.
Now, in the meantime, we're also going to be putting peas in this. I mean, the peas pilau.
Okay.
What I normally do is I take frozen peas and I just rinse them. That just thaws them
Take
out.
the edge off them.
Just thaws them out, and we're going to put these in right at the last minute. When we get to the point where we're going to turn the heat down, put the lid on, we throw these in at the top, and then they'll cook fairly quickly. Once we put the lid on, we've got about 5 minutes. Then we're ready, 5-10 minutes. See the steam coming out the side of the pan? So now, that's pretty much boiling. Okay, so let's put this down here for a second. And now we gently put the rice in. And scoop all the rice out. Alright.
Yes.
Now what we want to do is, instead of just heaping it out there, we want to gently spread it out. And you notice the color of the water, that comes from the onions and the spices. Now that will get absorbed into the rice itself. Now we are very, very lucky that we have absolutely fresh bay leaves which we picked off the tree not more than 5 minutes ago, 5-10 minutes ago. So that is a critical thing. Now, my mother was alive, she would say, wow, there's too much rice left in there. How dare you leave that behind. So
Okay.
you want to scrape it all in and just be gentle with it.
That's only your mother. Yes.
That's only my mother. That's her being anyway. So you don't need to be that way. Now what we want to do is we want to wait until this boils, until most of the moisture is gone. And once you start seeing pockets being formed, is when the critical point comes. When we stick the lid on, and then we turn the heat down, and throw the peas in. That's it. So the peas are thawed out right now.
Okay.
Somewhat. We'll come to those in a minute. This does not take long. This will take about, depending how much rice you make, about 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Now we see that most of the water is gone.
Yeah.
But we want to just check it. So we just gently. Okay, there's still quite a bit of water there, so we want to wait a little bit longer.
Okay.
So about another couple of minutes until most of that is gone.
Tell me that story again about
So when
smelling rice.
when I was a kid, my mother used to make rice, and there's a particular time when rice is ready, especially basmati rice, that you can smell it. And I could smell it upstairs, and I'll be pretending to do my homework, and as soon as I could smell it, I would come running down the stairs and I want my dinner now. I couldn't care less if nobody else is at home, but I wanted my dal and rice right now. But it's that unique smell of basmati rice. Even if it's pilau like this or even plain rice, it is that unique smell. And
Aroma.
aroma, yes, thank you.
I like the way you say basmati as well.
Yeah, basmati.
Basmati.
So now you see, it's pretty much most of the moisture is gone. Just a little bit more.
You're starting to see some holes in the
Right.
rice. Now, if you made plain rice, you just do it without the
Without the
spices.
the spice
You-
and everything, you just
no
boil
onions?
the water and just throw the water in. Wait till the water boils before you throw the rice in.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Some people make the mistake of putting the rice in when the water's cold and letting it boil, and that makes the rice very mushy. It's very important that you do it once the water's boiled.
Right.
We're getting very close. Oh yes, very close now. Okay, so we're ready now. What we're going to do is
Okay, so there's really no water left in the bottom.
barely any left. We are going to take fold out peas. We're going to bung them in at the top. Just chuck them in. We're going to put the lid on.
Okay.
And we're going to put this down the lowest possible. So we're going to put this down really low. And we're going to let that now steam.
For how long?
About 5 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Ready now. Well, I just realised the lid was not on properly, so we'll see. Now, that is the fluffiness that you need. And now, what I need to do is take this camera, turn it around. Oh,
That is perfect rice.
this is the DB.
Now I know why you risked your neck leaping down 10 stairs at a time.